Good morning, Bistro fans. Jill here. I am bright and early at the store. I got here before 10 o'clock here. We open in about another 10 minutes, but it's kind of a quiet moment to give you guys a quick rundown. It is May 1st. Happy May. I think May kind of snuck up on all of us. But here we are, and we are going to have some fun celebrating this month for Cinco de Meow, we're going to call it. So we're going to do a lot of focus on cat items for the month of May. I feel like we do a lot of dog stuff, and I feel like cats sometimes get forgotten about. So, I mean, these things will cross over. So if you have dogs at home, this is not information that is only cat specific. So you'll find information that's useful for both. But I just feel like our kitties sometimes get overlooked. So we're going to have a fun month of Cinco de Meow. We have lots of cool things coming up. You guys will probably see me on Facebook Live quite a bit this month. We have some different videos planned, and just to give you guys a good announcement of what's happening either for the day or the week, keeping everybody in the loop. So make sure you check back on our Facebook page, share it if you wouldn't mind as well. We do have a really awesome Nulo basket. I'm just going to sneak over here and grab it because I already have it set up. If you have friends or family members that are new to the Pet Beastro and have not seen that we are looking for 12,000 likes, so people that like our page to get information, great information for cats and dogs. We do have this really awesome Nulo basket. Not everything is in here. It is about $100 retail value, so there's lots of great stuff in here for anybody who ends up being our 12,000th person to like us on our Facebook page. So we do have over 12,000 followers, but we're looking for the likes. So please, if you wouldn't mind recommending us to friends, we'd really love it. It looks like Kimberly and Lisa, you guys are up early. Hello, what are you guys doing on this fine Sunday of May 1? I know Lewis, when I got back, he wants me to go out to breakfast. If you guys have any good breakfast suggestions around town, I feel like we always go to the same spot. I'd love to hear what you guys have or where your favorite place is. Beverly's also up early this morning. Hello, hello. I know it's rainy and gloomy here in Michigan. Beverly, I don't know how it is where you are. Beverly's in Pennsylvania. I know we have followers and fans from all over the country, so I hope some other folks can snag our video and watch us as well. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about flea and tick because the season in Michigan is upon us. People are starting to plan camping, road trips, hiking adventures, both with cats and dogs. I know there's a lot more cat people that are taking their cats out. Last year, we went camping with Poppy, our Bengal cat, for the first time ever that we took any of our cats camping. I've been camping with a dog before, and that was with my husky. So as you can imagine, every single wildlife noise, she was on high alert for the 4 days that we were gone. Poppy was the same way, but she did actually sleep overnight. It was just at sunrise when birds started making noises and animals were scurrying and the chipmunks were running outside of the tent that she decided it was time to get up, which is obviously before Lewis and I get up, but that's okay. So people are going out more with their cats. They're putting them on leashes. They're putting them in backpacks, taking them out into, hiking adventures or camping adventures. So this pertains both to cats and dogs, but for kitties are a little bit more specific about their flea and tick prevention, just because some of the chemicals aren't good for kitties, and some of the essential oils do better for dogs than kitties. And first of all, just to back up here, I want to make sure that people kind of comprehend or understand that I always tell people this maybe not be everybody's school of thought, but I tell everybody to use like the big guns from your veterinary clinic as a last resort. Those are topical pesticides, and a lot of times people don't understand that pesticide causes a whole host of other issues, from seizures to skin issues, hair falling out, burning of the skin. There's all sorts of different issues, digestive issues. It affects everything internally as well, especially when it's sitting in the fat layer of the skin. So if you can start using natural products and save the items from your vet clinic, like as the big guns for the end, if you have a problem and you can't get rid of them, that's preferred. And then going in, if you can consistently build your pet's immune system, most of the time you really don't have a lot of flea and tick issues. especially if your dog has, it mainly is an inside pet, has good hygiene, has good nutrition. Those are all things that make the perfect situation for fleas and ticks to not like your pet. Now, don't get me wrong, those things can, especially ticks, if you're out walking in tall grasses or things like that, they're opportunists. So if they fall off from a blade of grass and they end up on you and you are now food, that happens. Interestingly enough, Lewis and I, we haven't been up there in a couple of years, but typically we go up to North Manitou, which is off of Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. So if you're familiar with that whole region up there in northwestern Michigan, Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes is part of a national park with North and South Manitou Island. You have to take a ferry to get over to the islands. North Manitou is completely like a pack in, pack out. It's a complete backpack experience. And they have said for years, the ticks are bad, the ticks are bad, the ticks are worse, the ticks are worse. We always take essential oils and sprays and things like that to keep us protected. But the several years that we went up there and they were saying that the ticks were really bad, we actually didn't have any problems. And we stayed on some main trails, but we would go off, you'd have to go off trail to get to the water or to get to certain areas of campsites and whatnot. So we were in the tall grasses, but we never really had an issue. So, that could speak to our immune system or the essential oils that we were using. So I think there is something to be said about that. But the bonus of May is we have Wonderside products and Scouts Honor products, 20% off for the entire month. And I have some other tips and tricks to help you around your house and in your yard. I'm going to show you those items as well, because I think that can be really helpful. So I'm going to turn the camera around because behind me I have kind of a whole setup here right behind, if you're standing at the register and you're like, oh yeah, I need flea and tick. We have kind of some grab and go items here, and I'll explain how they work and if they're cat safe, because of course cats need something a little bit different than our dog friends. Okay, so first up here, I'm going to talk a little bit about Earth Animal. And Earth Animal does have kitty options. So I'm going to pull these down here so you can see them. So if you're looking for a spot-on treatment, like say your cat goes outside a lot, or maybe you do rescues and you have a rotation of kitties, this one is a spot-on. It is a chemical, it's a pesticide-free option. These work just like you would get from your veterinarian, where you put them, you squeeze it onto the shoulder blades. And this one is kitty specific. And each application lasts for 3 to 4 weeks. So we have pretty much your summer months, your July, August, September is your main, months. But sometimes we see an influx in spring and fall, just as the weather starts to warm. They also have collars. So this is also, you can see here, this one's kitty specific. So they have them for different size dogs and cats. This one is waterproof, worry-free, pesticide-free, phthalate-free, no chemical insecticides. They do use an essential oil that is safe for kitties. And then this one is effective for 3 months. And it is adjustable. So you can actually, I would measure your cat's neck just to make sure something like this fits before you come in and snag it. I know we have, I personally have some larger cats. Most often cats don't have too big of a neck unless there's something else going on. This guy here, we are actually, Herbsmith has both their drops, they have drops and they have a powder. We are currently sold out of the powder. We'll probably get more in this week. This actually goes directly in the food. And what I love about Dr. Bob Goldstein's products from Earth Animal is he's actually taking the product and making herbal blends that are going to boost your pet's immune system. So the topical items is like a secondary level or layer of protection, where if we can use the drops and we can use the internal powders, you can even double up on them. If you can use those in your pet's food, you're actually changing the pH level, you're balancing, you're getting minerals built back up, making your pet less tasty is essentially, it's changing the blood pH. And we can think about this if any of you garden, you kind of know what this scenario is. If you have, maybe you have a row of plants out in your yard and they're all 10 the same, but one is being eaten by aphids, what happens is those aphids actually see the aura of the plant or the structure of the plant that is it's wrong. So their job is to go and actually break down the plant and take care of it. And kind of the same thing happens with our pets. If we don't have a healthy immune system and we don't have a built up immune system, fleas and ticks see that as an opportunity because they know maybe your pet's gut support isn't healthy or the exterior isn't healthy, or maybe they're eating inflammatory food, which makes their immune system inflamed and their whole internal digestive system inflamed. They see that as an opportunity. So if we can build those things back up and get those minerals back in and get all those herbs supportive in there, we see a lot less flea and tick issues. So those are always great. Those are cat safe as well. We also have a topical powder. So this works kind of like diatomaceous earth, but this actually the main ingredient is limestone. It also has silica and some essential oils. This is to be used topically. This can also be used in your home and your yard. A lot of people use diatomaceous earth for ants and insects in their home. The spray and the shampoo here, these are dog only. So those are not recommended for kitties. And then the Scouts Honor products are also, I'm going to move these things over here. Scouts Honor products that are also 20% off are also recommended for dog only and not recommended for kitties. I'm going to travel on over. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to travel on over to the other corner here because we have some other flea and tick items over in our grooming section that might be a good option. And I want to show you guys the yard and garden because I think that is the ticket. So I will tell you the one thing that I love about Wonderside is that it comes in many different sizes. So if you need something in like to bop in your to-go bag, this is really great, especially if you travel. So they come in 4 different scents. The underlying note is cedar wood on all of them. But then they have a peppermint, a lemongrass, and a rosemary. And I will tell you the lemongrass is probably the most popular scent. It's maybe the most common scent. Peppermint is pretty pepperminty. I like the peppermint. We actually also have a couple options in the gallon size. So it looks like we have lemongrass here in the gallon size. And what I love using this for is we actually take this when we go camping. We'll take the big size, and it comes with like a sprayer, and we'll actually spray the perimeter of our campground morning and night. It's fantastic. The way Wonderside works is it works on all hormone-driven insects. So that means it like also quells the mosquitoes. So it's mosquitoes, ticks, flies, fleas, and any other typically we don't deal with cockroaches and things like that out in the wild, but it does deal with those as well. So Wonderside's great for all hormone-driven. So the different sizes, there's the super small one I showed you. We have a medium size. And then we have, that's the gallon that I show you. That's a super large size. And then we have these two. So this is a 16 ounce. This is a 32 ounce, which are nice. They both have a spray top if you're looking for something for spray. These are safe for cats, dogs, and people. So you can use the Wonderside on yourself as well, which is really great. Kills, repels, and prevents fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, along with ants and flies and other things that are kind of, the no-see-ums and those little bugs that are annoying. It is all plant-based, a plant-based item. So really great product. We've had a lot of success with the Wonderside. But the one thing that I love the most about Wonderside is their yard and garden spray. And we use this even around our home. If you are here locally in some of the different areas, like Ferndale has a lot of feral kitties and other wild animals, or if you live in an area with a lot of wild animals, or if you're in, when I lived in Royal Oak, our house was a pretty much full sand backyard, sandy soil. Fleas love sandy soil. This stuff does great. So this is a ready to use. This is what they call a ready to use. So it hooks up to your hose and you turn the nozzle here and you're ready to go. And this actually will treat up to 5,000 square feet. So this will do a good size yard. The first application around this time, They recommend to apply twice within like 10 days apart for applications, and then you can repeat it, I believe, every 30 to 45 days. So when we do this, we also have a small pond in our backyard, so this is fish safe. So we make sure that everything we use is not going to kill our goldfish that are in our pond. So we'll even spray like up and down our 6-foot fence. So all the like bugs that like to hang out in the fence or on the fence. So we'll spray the whole yard, we'll spray around the pond, we spray around our patio area, and then a little bit up on the fence just to help with prevention. So this is great. And then if you keep this guy, the ready to use, they also have the concentrate refills in a couple sizes. So the ready to use is up to 5,000 square feet. And then the concentrate, you can pour, in 8 ounces into here and fill it up with water. This actually has 4 treatments in it, so it does about 20,000 square feet. So really great options. I love it. I think it does a great job, especially keeping all those pesky little things at bay if you're trying to enjoy your patio area or whatnot outside during the summer months. So Julie is asking, how much do they cost? So depending on what you're looking for, Julie, the small Wonderside starts at $13.99, and the ready to use is $34.99. And then, like I said, they are 20% off for the month of May. Scouts Honor items, shampoo is $18.99. They also have a ready to use. So maybe you've tried the Wonderside in the past and you don't really care for it or like it, but Scouts Honor also has their ready to use for yard and garden. And theirs is $29.99. So similar price points here, but they are 20% off if you're looking for something to use. So like I said, kitties, yes, definitely make sure you have something that is cat safe. We do have some flea combs in stock as well. I will tell you, if you don't have a flea comb, most likely you don't need to buy them often. These guys are about the $10 price point. And I'm telling you, these could be lifesavers because sometimes fleas make you feel like you're going crazy because you think you saw a flea, but you don't know if you saw a flea, and they're so fast that you can't catch them, and if you have a long-haired pet or medium long-haired pet, most of the time you cannot follow that trail of that flea fast enough to see what the heck is going on, where this guy will catch them. This is also great if you have kitties that don't like the like the spritz noise, the noise. You can take one of these and like spray it on the tines here, the comb tines, and actually brush through. You can also put it on your hand and brush through because it's not, if you read the instructions on what our like the pharmaceutical labels say, it literally says to not touch or pet your pet for 24 hours. Well, I mean, to me, that should be a good indication that maybe there's something more going on with that product that you shouldn't maybe be using it anyway. So cats are weird because there's a lot of noise sensory things that they don't like, and you have to be creative. You have to figure out ways to get this product on them, especially if they're going to freak out and never come back around you to allow you to apply it ever again. I will tell you, with Poppy, when we went camping, we took the peppermint Wonderside, so that was our lifesaver for like basically kind of treating and preventing our campsite area. And then because we feed a raw diet and she's pretty healthy overall, we actually use the Aroma Cat. It's called Scat. They use hydrosols instead of essential oils. So this is another product that is cat specific. We used this, and then if we felt like the mosquitoes were really bad, or we actually didn't see any fleas or ticks at the campsite we were at, but we knew that we had the second option of putting the Wonderside on Poppy as well, if that's the case. So there's lots of things. We do have a tick twister. Again, I hear more of the dogs getting ticks than kitties, but this is always a great tool. You can always put in your bag to have it ready to go, just because this is an easy way to make sure that you get the whole tick out, including the head. That's the problem with ticks. Sometimes the head breaks off, and then you still have an infected area that can be problematic. So we have lots of different tools and things that you can use that are all natural for fleas and ticks. We do have options for kitties. Those, there's probably a little bit more of a selection for dogs, just because Dogs can tolerate some of the essential oils and some of the sprays and the scents. I know this sounds wild too, but I would even let your cat, you know, if you need more than one scent or one item, I would pick up different scent items and see what your cat likes or doesn't like. They will tell you. It's pretty wild. I have seen this even with dogs. And we do encourage you to come in here and open these up and smell them even, because we want you to make sure that it's not offensive to you. But it's pretty hysterical watching dogs. You can put this under a dog's nose, and if they don't like it, it's like their whole jowls curl up, and they're like, oh, like what people would do. Oh, that's terrible, right? So kitties sometimes also, I mean, some cats are just cats. They'll think they're all offensive, and you'll just have to make a selection at that point. But some cats will actually lean towards one item over another because they enjoy the scent. So there's lots of different things over here. You know, again, indoor cats, usually this isn't an issue. If you have dogs that go in and out, or if you have a lot of wild animals in your yard, maybe you might pick something rogue up and bring it in, but it's pretty rare. We also have diatomaceous earth, which goes through the coat, that can kill fleas, and that's not offensive either. The other thing to check for, if you have a cat or dog that has chronic flea issues, is you need to have a fecal sample done to see if there's any parasites. Or you could just use a natural antiparasitic. So fleas and ticks are called ectoparasites. That means they live externally outside of the body. And then we also have internal parasites. So we have parasites that love the intestinal tract. And most of the time, intestinal parasites go along with fleas. So those two things kind of disrupt the body at the same time, making the immune system weak. You do need to make sure that your pet also doesn't have parasites, internal parasites. Like I said, you could go to the clinic and have a fecal sample done. They may or may not find anything, but we always recommend, if you don't do a parasite cleanse, that maybe spring and fall is a good time. Matching it up with the full moon even makes it stronger and better to get rid of parasites. But those two things kind of go in combination to one another. So, all right, let's see here. Kim, I think Kim was saying good idea about the flea comb. Yes, making sure to get it through the kitty's coat. Wonderside, we answered some of those product questions. You can also go to the petbeastro.com, Julie, and most of those products are on our website. I will tell you the discount is in store only for the month of May. So if you stop in, we have all the different flea products available. We don't have an online code set up for that. I will check with my team and see if that's something they want to do. But for the whole month of May, we are celebrating Cinco de Meow, and today is May 1st. I will have another announcement tomorrow. We have some other fun things happening for this week, as well as, of course, Cinco de Meow is technically May 5th, so we have some fun things happening there, and I'll be back to let you guys know about them. Hope everyone has a good day. Bye.